Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new reaction video. Hello everyone, what is the tea? What is the Darjeeling, the Lapsang Souchong, the Scalding Hot Assam? What is the tea?
She drinks iced tea.
But yes, hi everyone, hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, week, month, wherever you are checking in with this video. I hope you're having a wonderful time. So today we are back for a new gays react. Now I have not done one of these reacting to kind of like anti-LGBT videos, all this stuff for a long time. And this video, well, series I should say, has been sent to me a lot over the past few days for me to do a video on. Now, some little bit of context is here. This person whose YouTube name is called Heel versus Babyface. Interesting name. So they've got 350,000 subscribers. So they're not a small channel. They recently went on apparently a tirade because a game that they were playing, a new game they were playing, has a pronoun option in the character customization. We already know just by that little bit of a description that it's going to be a gammon fest. But you know what? We love having a laugh on the channel. Let's watch it. We'll go through it. We'll have a bit of an opinion. I know this has gone like mega viral, so I'm sure some of you probably know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, buckle up, girls, because we're in for a bumpy ride. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you are new, so you don't miss any new videos that are coming up. But let's not beat around the bush, Watley, and get on with this reaction video. Oh no, I'm nervous. So yeah, this is his channel. So it's called Heel versus Babyface. An interesting banner. What I will say though, in his banner, there's this image here of him dressed up as a woman. I guess a non-binary person with a skull and a two. I think it's meant to be like two-spirit or something with the male symbol. So, you know, any excuse to be a cross-A.
We don't take kindly to transvestite chimpanzees here.
So this is the first video that went mega viral recently. So this is the one that people are talking about. So there is a follow-up video to this afterwards that we're going to watch as well. There is a game now called Starfield. I've never played this game, but in the game, you have the option to choose pronouns at the start when you're doing character customization. So with most games nowadays, character customization is so amazing. You can literally do anything. This person is now going to go on a tirade against Bethesda, who is the gaming company who made the game.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more.
Babyface?
Oh, Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself, think, oh my God, just think of this world. Just think of all the planets I can visit.
You can still do that, sis. These games don't exist anymore, girls. Sorry.
All the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships,
all
the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us.
What the hell just happened? What? How was he being serious? Is that serious?
Calm down.
That switch then between normal talking and screaming, that was what? Imagine wait. Sorry, it really took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting such like an angry response. So it was a la 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 la. Rah! What?
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit!
Okay, so I knew that he's got anger in this video. I didn't wait. Imagine coming on the internet as a fully grown adult. Like, I don't know how old this man is. What, like 30, like pushing 40. He looks about 38 to 40. Someone who's pushing 40, coming onto the internet and then losing your shit on the internet because of pronouns.
What is wrong with you?
That's unhinged. Right, I should probably carry on. Let me just finish. This first video is not that long, so we'll finish the video and then I'll talk more about it.
Because that's all we fucking know. Because we're boring. We're so fucking boring.
Oh my God, that is the level of anger is unhinged. Are you ill? Are you ill?
We come
I'm not trying to be rude against, like, what? That's actually unhinged. Like, that's actually unhinged. That's actually unhinged. What a lovely freeze frame. That's actually unhinged. I find it strange, actually, sorry, that he's saying there. He's like, pronouns are, because we're so effing boring. Do you want me to tell you what's boring? Who is boring? People who get this upset over something so trivial, that's boring. That is boring. When you are such a vapid, empty shell of a human being that your entire existence and immersion into a game gets completely shattered at the tiniest bit of inclusion. And that's how you're, like, if you're, like, ill, unwell. What?
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Imagine, I just can't imagine being that fragile. Imagine being that fragile. This is all about pronouns. That the level of anger that this person just exuded from his body, that's unhinged. Unhinged over pronouns and gender ambiguity in games. Have you never played Final Fantasy? Like, Final Fantasy has been around, what, when did Final Fantasy first come out? Like, I actually don't know when the first one, I mean, when I was a child, Final Fantasy first came out. I don't know the exact time, but there has always been gender ambiguity and androgyny in Final Fantasy. Like, my best friend Luxeria, one of her favorite characters in Final Fantasy was one of the bosses who was like a really tall guy, very androgynous, like long blonde, white silver hair, like completely feminized, and were like the destroyer of worlds. Gender ambiguity has been around in games forever.
Dumbass.
Can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company.
Imagine getting this
Fuck
upset.
your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No. Current fucking day.
People exist. Like, people exist in these. I find this, the idea that you can say that you lose immersion in a game that easily. You need to work on yourself, sis. How are you that fragile?
I just want attention.
Like, how is your level of, like, I'm genuinely actually a bit gobsmacked and speechless at this. How are you that fragile?
Cough.
This is embarrassing.
You're boring. You're fucking dull.
No,
you have nothing to say.
You have nothing to say, yet you're here screaming the most right-wing parroted nonsense everyone said, and you're just parroting all of that, and you're like, you've got nothing to say. Well, clearly you don't. You nothing going on in your life. Seriously, if this is how you behave, you're clearly empty and sad. I actually feel sorry for you. Like, this is like, if your existence is this fragile, that the mere notion of letting, like, character customization has caused you this much distress, like, unwell.
You are a one-hived mind twat waffle.
I mean, that's quite a fun insult. Twat waffle, love it. Stealing that, bitch.
Consider that word stolen.
Again, though, one-hived mind, says the person parroting the literal textbook of right-wing talking points.
And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired.
Well, people aren't,
You
though.
take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies.
Oh, look, he's
all
going
our escapism,
full gammon.
and you
He's
just
having the
can't
gammon.
help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into
Jesus.
everything, every single solitary fucking thing.
Oh my god, this is unhinged. Like, actually unhinged. That's fully unhinged. That's unhinged. Like, oh, and that back to the game, because I actually don't care about this thing. I'm just making it for lols.
Attention whore.
Okay, so that was the video that went viral, and I fully understand why that went viral. Like, how were you not mortified by that? How did you film that and go, do you know what? I seem like a well-rounded, normal individual.
Because I was drunk.
That's unhinged. Unhinged. As I've said, and I want to make sure that you fully understand, he is screaming and shouting, like on the literally, it looks like he's about to cry, like he's like like literally about to sob. Like this is all about the fact that at the start of a game, when you're making your character, before you've even like entered the world to get fully immersed in the world of Starfield, it's asked you a pronoun option. It's always the ones who scream and shout about not caring about pronouns that get the most angry about pronouns. It's almost comical. Like, it's almost comical. Get gender ambiguity, LGBT people, all this stuff has been in games forever. Like, even to think about Fable. One of the things I loved about the old game in Fable was back in like 2004 when it came out, is the fact that I could be gay. You could also be bisexual. Whatever you wanted to be, you could be whatever you wanted in this game. You can dress how you wanted, you could buy houses, move in with your husband, all this shit, and live a wonderful little LGBT life. And from 2004, that was that. I loved that. It was so fun. Think about Pokemon. Think about the old games of Pokemon. At the very beginning, very beginning, before you even enter the world of Pokemon, it says, are you a boy or girl? So if someone's a boy and they want to pick girl, do you know what? They can, because it doesn't fucking matter. It's literally so insignificant, especially to people like you who aren't part of the world. Like, imagine getting this upset. Like, imagine getting this upset. I am someone, right, who doesn't give a fuck about pronouns. I don't. Call me whatever the hell you want. It doesn't change my feeling of self-worth. It doesn't change my feeling of myself. It doesn't do anything to me because I have a fucking life. Imagine being this upset over pronouns and gender ambiguity. Like, a few years ago, yes, Cyberpunk got a lot of hate because the game was completely broken. But in Cyberpunk, you can literally change everything about you, even your size, your genitals, how like gender ambiguity, like street, like just
Spit it out.
I remember Mortal Kombat, was it Mortal Kombat Armageddon, when you could make your own character. You could make any character you want in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and you could make yourself look as androgynous as you really wanted. Obviously with the customization that was back in 2006, but you could still make yourself look androgynous if you wanted to. Like, why are they acting like this is a new thing? It's so weird. Oh my god, imagine getting that angry. I'm so puzzled and like bewildered as to what we just watched. I knew this was bad, obviously, because of it went viral, but like I never properly watched it all. I was expecting there was some sort of like exaggeration from people on the internet because I specifically waited to fully watch it for this video, but they weren't exaggerating. That was like full gammon rant. Like, he was going red in the face at the end, like full on gammon.
It's not fair.
How are you not embarrassed? How are you not embarrassed? That's utterly deranged. I'm fully gagged at the pageant. Like, I wanna just point out this as well.
Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
Like, I've said this earlier on when we started, but like, the boring person here is you. Not us. You are the boring one. Because if you actually had a well-fulfilled, wonderful, happy life full of actual meaningful things, stuff like this would not bother you. The reason you are so angry at this is because you have nothing. Nothing. Boring people get upset by stuff like this. Actual people who have a wonderful, interesting life with things going on don't give a fuck about this. How do you not see this? It was really weird to see here.
Visit. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out
and
at every
instant
fucking
screaming
conceivable
like
opportunity so you can fucking current day us.
Like, that's not even just like a slow, that was just instant, like talking, but ill, like unwell. So yes, that was the video that went viral, but he's made like a follow-up video, because obviously when anything gets viral like that, you obviously capitalize on it as much as you possibly can. You know what? I actually don't mind, mind the grift of capitalizing off virality. Like, sure. What's interesting about this follow-up video though, and now I've not seen this at all whatsoever. Like, I've no idea what this is going into it. But what I will say is the thumbnail was him in a fake prison with Donald Trump in front of him. Are you trying to say that you're Donald Trump? But this video is called Man cancelled for having an opinion on the internet. So we already know, we can already tell by the title of that what the contents of this video is going to be. I just can't believe that someone who's like nearly 40 would be on the internet screaming like this about something so trivial. Like, I just don't understand.
Man has opinion about video game. Internet goes absolutely nuclear crazy about opinion on video game. Is this actually about opinion on video game? No, this has nothing to do with opinion on video game.
No, it's because
this
you're
has everything
unhinged.
to do with going after the far left sacred cow of gender ideology.
There you have it. There you have it. I am so sick of these people who are, I can have an opinion, but you can't say anything back to me. Be quiet, peasant.
Shut up.
I'm so sick of these people who want an opinion, but that doesn't allow anyone else to have an opinion. It's the free speech brigade not actually wanting free speech. It's free speech brigade for me, nothing for you. It's free speech, but when I say anything to you, you have to stand there like this. If you want your opinion, everyone else is allowed their opinion too. And our opinion is, you are a
I beg your pardon.
I just can't believe it. These people are insufferable. These people are utterly insufferable.
Hi everyone,
Hello.
It's Az here from Heel vs. Babyface. This Friday just gone,
Gammon.
we had the early access release for Starfield. Some people are loving it. Some people, not so much. Me personally, after 25 hours or so into the game, I'm struggling. I've found the explorative nature of this game exceedingly dull and boring. I've found the characters not remotely engaging.
The thing
and
is,
the
he's saying this
dialogue
now,
has
just like
a lot to be.
I actually don't care about the game. I don't actually give a shit about the game, so I will probably skip through this video just the bits that matter. But like, what I will say is this: when he's saying this, like, he's saying this now just to be a bitch. Like, he's saying this now just because he's throwing his toys out the. Like, he's only saying this now because of it. But if the pronoun thing didn't happen, he'd probably be like, oh, the game was wonderful. You just know full well that he's saying this because of the drama and everything that happened. He's doing it just to be, you know, one of those people, just to be like, oh, well, I always knew that it was going to be shit. Like, you can see through this very easily.
But having an opinion on the internet, well, heaven forbid anyone have one of those.
I know.
But this
Heaven
video,
forbid we have an opinion about you. We're also allowed an opinion on your opinion. If you want free speech, that means free speech for everyone, not just you.
You, sir, are a moron.
isn't about that. I'm not going to treat you like you don't know what is actually going on. Towards
Nothing's
the beginning
going
of the
on.
game, the character creation, we were greeted with a pronoun option. So very current day of Bethesda, because it appears at some point during the last couple of years, Pete Hines seems to have forgotten what gender he is. Never mind.
Oh, again, this is boring. This is what boring is. This is boring. Let's not pretend we don't know what it's really about. It's not about anything. It's just about letting people like customize their character to their own way. Again, this is the boring. This is the boringness of it. It's like you can't just take something at face. You just look at something and go, okay, whatever. It's like, no, there's a deeper meaning to this. I know more than you know. The deep state's doing all this shit. Like, that's boring. Because you've got nothing going on in your life. You're so empty that everything has to be a conspiracy. Everything has to be some drama. Everything has to be this huge attack. Like,
An idiot sandwich.
again, it's just embarrassing.
So I went on a little bit of a rant to my streaming
wasn't a
audience
little
because
bit of a
I was
rant.
unhappy with the fact that in every aspect
wasn't a
of our
rant.
entertainment today, we seem to be pulled out because the people creating it are more concerned with inserting current day into absolutely everything.
Can I just say something? What's interesting about this? This happened right at the start of the game. But if it was like an hour in, all of a sudden it's like, what pronoun would you want? I'd be like, okay, that's a bit strange you're doing it here, but I still wouldn't care. But like, you're saying you're like brought out of the immersion, but you haven't even started. You've not even started properly. Like, you've not even like entered the world properly yet. You're just character customization. You've not even started, and you're like, it brought me out. I can't believe it. Boring. Like, you've not even started. You've not even started, sis. Like, what you? And the thing is, as well, as he says there that he went on a little bit of a rant. He was like, oh, just a rant. That was not a rant, sis. That was not a rant. That was so much more than a rant. That was an expose on your own fragility.
But this was tweeted out by Hassan Piker, and he says, this weird British guy, oh, yeah, okay, fair enough, losing his mind,
Well, this is a tiny bit of self-awareness.
but selecting pronouns in Starfield is the perfect demonstration for why we must bring back lobotomies. Well, Hassan, at least they would be able to lobotomize me. You, however, I don't think they would actually find enough brain cells. And if you don't know who this guy is, let me introduce you to him.
So you said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
Yeah.
And that other person that he was being interviewed
Wait, can I just say something? So what he's saying is, right, I don't really know that much about Hassan. I've not followed him. Like, I don't really know. I know that he was on TYT, the Young Turks, a long time ago, or we should call them now, like, the old turfs. What this guy's just done is just clipped out some random thing of Hassan saying something with every bit of context taken out. Like, anyone can do what you've done. So is he also trying to say as well, is he doing like the classic thing of like, well, you can't come for me because you've also done something bad? Like, if that is your defense, a weak defense, like just because someone is doing something shitty doesn't mean that everything they say is also wrong. As the old saying goes, a broken clock is right twice a day.
I like clocks.
Anyone can do what he just did. I don't know the context of that clip. I'm not going to go out and search for it because I don't care. But like, anyone can clip anything and make someone look bad. Or I don't know why he said that. I don't know what was going on in that interview. And most people watching this probably won't know that either.
It was his uncle, Cenk Uygur. Let's see what Cenk Uygur has to say about certain things, shall we?
If I were the benevolent dictator of the world, I would legalize bestiality where you are giving, you are pleasuring the animal. You see what I'm saying?
What has this got to do with anything?
Okay, now why? Why did that happen?
I don't know, Cenk. Maybe it had some...
Again, you've just clipped some random thing for something. Have no context. Why was he saying? Maybe he was making a joke, weird joke. But maybe he was making a joke. Maybe he was referring to something else that someone else has said. This is such a weird thing to do. Why are you going after Cenk? Is that what he's called? Like, why are you going after him when it was Hassan who tweeted? What has it got to do with the other guy? Just because he was part of this? Like, what? This is like weird deflection. Like, oh, because his uncle said something like this, why would we listen to Hassan? This is really weird.
What the hell is wrong with your family, dude? So needless to say that I'm pretty okay with having a conflicting opinion to somebody like Hassan. But this isn't just about pronouns. That's the disingenuous argument that people want to latch onto, so that you don't talk about the gender ideology and the intersectionality that's been rammed into every single solitary facet of our entertainment, from video games to TV, film, comics, etc.
It's been like that for years and years and years. Stop acting like it's a new thing. It's like this person just walked around their entire life going la 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 la. What's this? Character customization ambiguity? No!
That is just grotesque.
Back in my day, we just died. Again, it's embarrassing. How are these people not embarrassed? They just completely expose themselves every time. He's talking about lobotomies, being like, you can find a brain in my head. Could you? Could you?
No.
I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier.
Yes, you're a dude.
My relationship with the UC.
Is this a trans character?
I'm a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC.
Now, did I have that?
Trans people exist. Like, they exist. They exist and have existed for millennia. Now, all of a sudden, there's a gay person, a queer person, a trans person in a video game, and you just lose your shit because it's reality. It's so, again, boring. Who's the boring one? Jesus Christ. Like, when your own existence is shattered to a million pieces because you see a trans person exist, it's just pathetic.
Reaction because I'm a nasty, naughty transformophobia. No, I had that reaction because it was so obvious, because we're dealing with current day gaming company.
It's boring.
In actual fact, you could go far as to say we're dealing with current day entertainment in the West. Then we have The Act Man, a React channel that has 1.8 million subscribers, getting mad because a person reacted to a game. By the way, this person recently being cancelled,
was he doing it?
Having his YouTube channel demonetized / pulled down because he was attacked for having an opinion about something and exercising his right to do so. Now, he's actually jumping on that bandwagon to attack somebody who is exercising their right to have an opinion.
Again, it's so stupid. So you have an opinion on a video game or someone or Bethesda or something, and then you're upset with someone else because they're calling you out on your opinion. And you're like, well, he did this to someone. Again, you're doing the same thing. You're trying to deflect from yourself or responsibility by saying, well, he also did this. Again, it's such a weird defense. That is such a weird defense to use. So weird. But it's... you're happy for him to have an opinion. Like, I can't believe he was cancelled for having an opinion on something else or someone else. Because this guy, I had a brief little just scroll through his channel. And this guy had an opinion talking about the girl who's playing Snow White and just slagging her off or whatever. And like, so you're having a direct opinion on someone else that has said something, and that's fine. But now someone else has an opinion on what you've said, and all of a sudden it's outrageous, outrageous. But you literally do the same thing. How do these people not realize the hypocrisy in what they're saying? Again, boring, brain dead. What are they doing? What the hell? Nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there. When you look at a gammon, where's the brain? Because it definitely ain't in their head, girls.
Gorilla-shaped man, which, by the way, I can't take any other way than a compliment in Silverback, baby. On the verge of crying. We've already had to go into a lie because you want...
No, you were fully... Even I said that just then. You fully were like on the verge of sobbing. You knew. You absolutely.
Angry man, yes. Crying...
No, you were fully about to sob. You were fully about to sob. You just knew it.
Because Starfield lets you pick pronouns at the start of the game and then is never brought up again. Well, if it's never brought up again, why do you even have to pick the pronouns? And you would have a better point of argument here if the game allowed you to skip the pronoun nonsense.
Why?
What are your pronouns?
Again, just press him and move on. Why does it matter that much
to you? You have male pronouns, and when you pick the female character, you have female pronouns. So if it's never brought up again, what is the issue? What is the problem?
So, like, we should be able to skip. Like, again, it's so pathetic. It's like, you could literally just press he, him, and move on, and then just move on with your day. This is why I say people like this are so empty. The idea, there's just the single hint of idea that you might have to press male or he, him, sends these people into overdrive. Like, I don't understand how they don't realize how unwell this makes them sound because they get so irate over it. Was that original screaming? Did that seem like a level-headed discussion about it or wanted to talk about it? No, it was just full-blown rage, like fully blood-boiling rage. I never get that angry about anything, like ever. Weird.
It's there to compel you to participate in the gender ideology that they've shoved into the game.
It's so pathetic.
But again, you're being disingenuous because you're not even addressing the rest of the argument, which is the fact that this is shoved into all types and kinds of our entertainment here in the West. And this is simply a straw that broke the camel's back moment. And I just get sick and tired of seeing this rammed into everything. Look how Disney are performing right now. Disney Marvel failing miserably. Disney live action films failing miserably.
Is he actually going to say that like movies and industry is failing because of pronouns? Like it's so I'm just kind of done with this video, to be honest. He just keeps talking about the same. He's now just going around in circles being like, it's the gender ideology being forced, everything's failing because of pronouns. Maybe Marvel or whatever. He said Marvel, right?
Disney Marvel failing miserably.
Yes, we said that Disney Marvel failing miserably. I ever thought that maybe just for a second, that maybe Marvel films might not be doing as much as it was before because they've literally made like 1,000 fucking things. I used to really be a big fan of Marvel. I used to watch all the films, but I'm bored of it now. I'm bored of superhero stuff. I've seen enough. And a lot of people are going to be feeling the same, but he's going to blame, it's because they're getting too current. Maybe people are just bored of seeing the same movie over and over again. Everything's a conspiracy. Everything has to have a deeper meaning. Again, it's just boring that he's just rabbiting the same, parroting the same things that rabbiting. Oh, bun. Like he's just rabbiting the same thing. I keep saying again. Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest.
Scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
He's just saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like, I'm personally bored of Marvel films, and it has nothing to do with current events. I'm just a bit bored because they've made so many, and essentially, once you fight Thanos, who is like the destroyer of the entire existence of everything, what more can you do? I felt the same with X-Men when they felt, what was it? X-Men, the last one, Apocalypse, whatever, when they fought the last guy who was literally the ultimate being who could destroy like, what more can you do? I get bored of these things. Are you honestly gonna say that it's because they're putting too much current events in? People don't want to watch Marvel films. No, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Disney live action films failing miserably. Indiana...
Because they're just bad. Again, they're just bad. The Lion King it was awful. Like, it looked terrible. Had nothing to do with modern pronoun. Oh, what lion pronoun to use? Had nothing to do with modern society. All these live action things they've been doing. Like Mulan, for example, again. I just thought they were terrible films. Had nothing to do with like, oh, the modern society ramming down the pronouns and the gender ideology. Let me help you. The whole point of Mulan back in the day was the fact that it was a girl being a boy. Like, like, are you kidding? Here, listen to yourself. Like, listen to yourself. Like, it was the whole point of it was because she want. Oh, I can't. These people, they just. It's embarrassing. How are you not? It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Like.
They are failing and failing and failing due to the fact they are ramming in current day, and current day is turning customers off.
It's again,
and they've been
boring,
doing it for
dumb. This is so. Do you know what? I think I'm going to stop with like dumb. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. It's just utterly dumb. Like utterly dumb. I don't understand how anyone can be this out of touch with reality. I just don't understand.
Because I'm an idiot. Happy?
It's like these people want to stay in the past. It's like they want every single thing currently to be the way that it was like 30, 40 years ago. If that was the case, everything would have failed. Think about that in any world, anything in existence. Just take away the pronoun thing, right? Think about this in any other context. Things moving forward are being more current day. Things like YouTube Shorts. I'm not like a massive fan of them, obviously, because I prefer my long form content, but like I use it. But like, there is a reason why it's here. It's because a lot of newer generations of people want shorter form content quick like that, because that's just modern society. And like, yeah, it could be a little bit annoying, but like, it's actually important for YouTube to have it to keep their, you know, their brand as big as it is going to be. Think about even earlier with YouTube. At one point, YouTube, you weren't allowed to advertise anything on it. There was no such thing as ad revenue. Do you still want to go back to that? Because like, putting adverts on YouTube is a current day thing. That didn't happen, you know, at the start. That grew up and they were like, oh, we're going to put adverts on it now. TikTok, for example, as well. You didn't make money from that to begin with, but now you can make money on that. That's a current day thing from put in. Is that bad? I know that's like a really strange example. It's hard to think top of my head. So much stuff improved over time and grows and evolves because it makes them better when that comes to medicine, when it comes to technology, whether it comes to, I don't know, like food, like so many things grow and like put current events in because it makes it better. All of a sudden now to do with like people themselves, and we evolve and we change and we learn. But now that's too far. No, you can't put this in because it's too current. It's disgusting. So your issue isn't with them putting current things into new stuff. It's just because you are a bigoted, transphobic, homophobic twat.
And that's the truth.
That's just the reality. You're like, oh, we're looking deeper. It's for the gender ideology. It doesn't exist. You're just hateful and you hate queer people. And this is what it boils down to. And you're using the excuses like they all do, gender ideology, infiltrating our spaces, putting it down into, shoving it down our throats, putting it in modern media. Because any other aspect of life, when it comes to putting things into modern technology, evolving, you wouldn't care. You love it. You absolutely love it. Do you think if you, like, a while ago, if you got sick with cancer or you needed treatment, that, like, you were able to be plugged up to machines and that's modern technology keeping you alive, would you go, no, that's too modern. I can't believe what you're doing. Absolutely not. You'd be first there going, put that needle in me, bitch. It's so ridiculous. Like, it's, my voice was cracking. Oh, reaching puberty. Like, it's so ridiculous, but all of a sudden, this one aspect of life that's, like, modern, and you're like, oh, they're putting it into things. Again, like I've said many times, gender ambiguity, all these other things, androgyny, all of this stuff has been in video games and media forever. Like, forever. Literally forever. And these people act like it's a brand new thing. It's so boring. You are boring, sis. Get a new thing to talk about because you are so boring. Just admit that you're just a hateful, bigoted person because you ain't fooling anyone, sis. You might have your little army of, like, hateful bigots, but the majority of people don't care. The majority of people do not care. And you just embarrass yourself.
So long now and ramming it down all of our throats that even regular people are beginning to wake up.
Oh, wake up. You need to wake up, sis. You've not slept in about a month.
They're now starting to laugh at it and mock it as it should be mocked. As we see an image, of course, from the upcoming Snow Brown and the 7 Seattle baristas coming next year to flop major.
That was a questionable comment to make. That was a very See what I said earlier on? I said he had an opinion on that woman who's playing Snow White. Like, see, again, it's weird. But I just don't understand why you care. I just don't understand why you care so much. Like, if I'm watching a film or I'm playing a game or like, and I don't particularly like something, I just move on. But the idea that this is turned into this whole thing of being like, I'm the one who was cancelled on the internet for having an opinion. Like, it's, again, dull. Get a life.
I don't care what you want to call yourself. Call yourself the king of Kathmandu for all I give a shit. And give yourself the pronouns of Tweedledum and Tweedledee. That's your prerogative to do. I just don't need to play your game. And that's where we have the butting of heads.
Do you know what? I actually don't want to watch any more of this person. Like, it's, again, I'm actually just really sick of it. This, 40-year-old man coming on the internet, just screaming and shouting over the most boring talking points, constantly parroting just all the same thing, the right-wing thing. Like, just it's very sheep mentality. And then these are the people that come on the internet saying that we're the most triggered, we're the most upset over this stuff, when you're the one here screaming, going red in the face, literally about to be put in the oven for, Sunday roast.
The best meat's in the rump.
What I find the most ironic, is that the word? What I find the most ironic about all this kind of stuff is the fact that in 2016, these type of people, it was this kind of person in 2016 that would come on the internet and make multiple videos about SJWs, feminists, all these people on the internet. You would make videos berating them on the internet, being, these people are so triggered, snowflakes, I can't believe, special snowflakes, can't believe it. These people are so pathetic. And now that's literally what you are doing. You have become everything you hated. You've become the villain. You've become them. You have become them. It's so weird. The story arc of these people it's just mind-boggling, and I find it absolutely unhinged. They just don't see it. It's mind-boggling. Totally mind-boggling. I don't understand. Anyway, this was interesting.
That's one way to put it.
I don't know how to explain what we just witnessed. Yeah, I'm so over these people. It's so boring. It's so boring. And it's funny that it's the people who are so boring talking about how everyone is boring. Wake up and smell your own gammon. Like, I hate it. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Do you find gender ambiguity in games unethical. Oh, it's so weird. I hate it. I know. Just don't play Final Fantasy. Don't give him Final Fantasy because I might get very upset. Jesus Christ. And again, the whole thing of like trying to deflect your own bigotry by saying, well, these people criticized me, have also done bad things. You can literally clip anything from anyone and make it look like they're an awful person. I have no idea the context of the clips that you've shown. I don't care to know, to be honest, but like the idea that you would do that, like, and just be like, well, you've done this, therefore, it's such a weak argument and just shows that you have no legs to stand on. Like, it's just ridiculous. I think that's my biggest takeaway from this video is literally just get a grip. Like, get a grip. Anyway, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that are coming up in the future. Today's Twitch shout out goes to Emily Sage 99. Thank you for following me. Oh, burpy burpy. Disgusting. Thank you for following me over on Twitch. If you would like to be in the chance to be in the next Twitch shout out, come follow me over on Twitch. It's Roly West over there. A massive shout out to my lovely Patreons whose names you can see on the side of the screen here. Thank you for being a Patreon, and my extra special shout out to my top tier Patreons: Cameron Pittman, Callum S, Rishi, Athena Berrington, Erin Grace, Zoe Severe, Heather McFarland, Christina Kyle, Benjamin Baker, Corin Pemberton, Bethard, Steph Utek, Caitlin Wright, Chloe Louise, Shell Herman, and Kelly Bowser. Thank you for being my top tier Patreons. You guys are delicious. There's a link down below if you'd like to become a patron as well. Anyway, be fabulous, be amazing, be gay, be everything you want to be, and don't let any bish other tell you you can't be you. Why is that? Because you're not a screaming gammon.